Sup dudes, it's Chris, and welcome to a brand new video. Haven't done one of these in a very long time. I'm trying to think how long. Just too long, let's just say that. Apologies for that, but to be completely truthful, haven't really had anything I find worthy of uploading, just to this channel alone. Haven't been playing any games really. Have been playing a little bit of Xbox, playing a little Destiny here and there, doing a little PKing here and there, but nothing that I would say is worthy enough to show as a highlight on this channel. So I've kind of had this ridiculous standard lately. I know a lot of you guys might reply and being like, I don't care, Chris, it might not be that fun to watch, but I would still watch it. And to those people I say, like, that's awesome. That's like the greatest form of support you can give someone, to watch something that maybe is out of your comfort zone, watching them play something that you're not used to seeing them play. Anything like that is a massive compliment. So thank you to those people. But just my own personal standards, I just haven't felt like anything's really been worthy enough to upload to this channel, so I haven't done anything. Pretty much it. It's only now to the point now where I want to start getting more active to this channel because I feel like I've been missing it. I don't know. I tried to get into streaming not too long ago, and by the way, I'm just going to mention right now, we're going to have some cool PKing clips that I got last night featured over top of this video. Just a little PKing for like an hour or so. Got a few cool kills. Saved the best one for last, as usual. But I did stream, like, I don't know, three weeks ago or so. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. If you caught those streams, you could genuinely tell that I was loving it. The only problem with that is I forgot I had a job, so I'm like, well, shit. So I'm gone for like 9-10 hours a day, and then I go to the gym with some friends or whatever, and then I don't get home until really late, and then I usually just like eat dinner, make some prods videos, and sleep. So that's my life right now. I really don't have time to fit anything streaming related in a video, or in a day rather. And I know that sounds like an excuse, and I probably said it before, you might have heard me say that before, but I wish I could fit something else in there. So really the only other option for me at that point as far as content creation is videos, because this video, for example, will only take me probably like an hour or so to record, edit, render, upload. So I could probably fit that in on a daily basis, to be honest. An extra hour or so of free time. And I really enjoy this. I really miss it. So I think I want to start getting back into it. I just don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, it has to meet those stupid standards that I've for some reason set, that I have to think this is definitely worthy of being on the channel. I have to think to myself, do they really want to see this? And then I have to somehow convince myself that answer is a yes. One of those things I'm struggling with right now is my Skinny to Muscular series. A lot of you guys might have seen that. So that's something I started like, oh shit, like 8 months ago or something like that. So basically, I've started going to the gym not too long ago. I'm very new at this, even still, what's it been, like nearly a year later now. Although I'm not going to say I've been working out for a year or lifting for a year or whatever, because my first like 4 or 5 months, my diet was shit. I had absolute terrible nutrition, which basically means any gains were nullified and non-existent at that point. So it was really just practice to the point where I am now, where I'm finally starting to eat decent. I'm currently trying to get back into a decent shape. I got into an okay shape if you saw the last Skinny to Muscular series, which, by the way, I'm not insinuating that I am muscular. The idea is that I will eventually be muscular in, like, I don't know, 3-5 years' time, whatever it may be. But yeah, so I got to an okay condition. I was pretty content with my physique, I suppose. And then I moved here, and I had to take a month and a half, close to 2 months actually, off of the gym. And I ate like crap, because I was in a hotel for a long time, getting situated with my new apartment that I'm currently in, eating pretty much just microwave food, probably getting like 30-40 grams of protein a day. Just absolutely terrible macros. Didn't get to lift, didn't get to do anything, didn't even go for runs. It was freezing. I just pretty much just lost any gains that I did make. So I've now finally gotten to the point where I'm somewhat back into the shape that I used to be in, maybe just a tiny bit better, I guess. So if you care about that kind of stuff, I do have some progress pictures. I wanted to continue that series, but I just feel like it's so weird, especially now since I have so many friends and coworkers. A lot of the JMods you guys probably know from watching the Q&As or live streams or whatever. A lot of those people are my friends now, which is really cool. But I just think it's so weird to like go back into work and then be like, oh, Chris, I saw that video where you're like flexing your muscles half naked. It's just weird for me, so I don't really want to put that stuff on the internet now. I don't know why. It's just like super awkward for me. A lot of people might be like, who cares? If they're clicking on that, that's their prerogative, man. Like, no homo, but that's their fault. They can't be like, that's weird that you do that, because then you can just say, you knew what you were clicking on and you clicked on it anyways. That's pretty much on you. And I get that, but I don't know. It really just comes down to if there is enough of you guys that really care about that series and want to see it continue. If so, please do leave a comment just saying, like, yes, I want to see that continue. Otherwise, I could probably just post them to, like, an Instagram account, which I do have one. I don't even remember what it's called. I'll probably link in the description. It's got, like, 40 followers because I don't post on it. But those are my two options with that series. Aside from that, I already mentioned streaming and video making. what my options are. Video making is pretty much my only option. Can't really afford to stream. So my sincerest apologies right now to anybody that subscribed. By all means, feel free to cancel that. I felt terrible when I saw people subscribing to my last stream, and I was like, this is really cool support and all, but I feel really bad that I won't be able to live up to the standards they expect when you get a lot of other really good streamers. My phone streaming for like 8 hours a day or whatever. I simply cannot do that, though I would love to. So that's pretty much that. What else I want to talk about? Right, so what's it been like being a JMod? I got a few kind of cool clips I was going to throw into a video of just walking around on RuneScape on my JMod, actually particularly in free-to-play worlds in Lumbridge, interacting with a lot of noobs, new players, whatever you want to call them, and it's just a kind of a really cool experience. Like, obviously I've had some sort of like internet, I've been somewhat of like a RuneScape sensation, I guess you could say, for the last however many years. People have a lot of people have looked up to me. Like, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but, you know, I have an okay following. There's a lot of cool people out there that like the stuff that I've done, which is awesome. So I've always been used to having people approach me on RuneScape and be like, hey, I like that thing that you did with that video or whatever. And I'm like, thanks, that's awesome. But to be a JMod now, people would be like, hey, you work on the game that I really like. That's pretty cool. And I'm like, hey, it's a pretty nice feeling. So I did record a video of doing that. I think I'm going to upload it to this channel. Let me know if you want to see some JMod shenanigans, just doing stuff on JMods. I don't think there's really been any videos like that so far done by anybody, so it might be kind of cool for you guys to watch. Yeah, my favorite thing so far, I'm going to say, after becoming a JMod, is definitely hosting the Q&As on Thursday. So if you didn't know, I host the Q&As on Thursday. That makes sense. So they're actually on 5 p.m. GMT every Thursday. I don't know what that is in your time zone. You have to look it up. But we basically just answer questions from you guys. A lot of you guys have probably seen them. They pull quite a few viewers. I think last week had like 8.5K viewers. Really well, which is awesome. A lot of you guys have like really cool ideas. Like one of them, for example, not too long ago was putting the agility course on top of the Grand Exchange. Pretty cool idea. A lot of people had to think about that and be like, that's actually kind of cool. I think I want that. So a lot of really cool ideas get to come through. I then present them to the team in front of you guys. And then we discuss if that's actually doable or why it isn't. Sometimes we straw poll in the chat. We say, do you guys really want this? Do you want us to add, what was one of them last week, like emojis? Could you imagine? I was kind of hoping a lot of people weren't going to say they wanted that, because it is a cool idea in theory, but could you imagine RuneScape with like a bunch of smiley faces and winky faces and like, oh boy, that would be kind of weird. Yeah, it just wouldn't feel like RuneScape, I don't think. It'd feel like more of a chat than a game. But no, aside from that, it's been really awesome to see the game do so well. We're peaking at like over 50K players every weekend right now. And it's just grown. It's just grown substantially since I've joined the team, which has been absolutely awesome to witness, seeing things like the Grand Exchange, free-to-play, soon-to-come bonds. It's just been a really awesome and positive environment. Like, I actually genuinely enjoy going to work, which isn't something a lot of people get to say. So I'm pretty happy about that. As far as adapting, being a Canadian, I think I've become pretty much the most British Canadian there is. I don't even say A anymore. I actually do say quite a few British terms that I catch myself sometimes, because they have their own little sayings. Like, they say proper. They say something like, that's a proper sandwich you got there. You're going to eat that. Well, actually, that's just one friend that says that. But you know what I mean? Like, they say their own certain little things, and sometimes I gotta stop myself, be like, stick to your roots, you Canadian guy. You're not like them. You gotta remember to say buddy and guy and friend and be friendly. Otherwise, I'll turn into like, they have a really, really harsh sense of sarcasm. At least a certain group of people that I hang out with do. So having to adjust to that has been interesting, because they'll tell me, be like, the other day I'm eating lunch with a friend. Actually, I'm going to say, it was Mod Ghost, it was Gareth, and he's eating his food, and he's just like, oh, and he has this like reaction, like he just ate something bad, and he's like, there was a razor blade in my food, and I'm like, what the fuck, really? He's like, no, Chris, I'm joking, like, obviously there isn't a razor blade, but I fell for it, and I was like, why did I believe him? That would be terrible, there's no chance that would, so, yeah, adjusting has been difficult, but they do like their banter, they like their jokes, so it's been cool to adjust, aside from that, what else I want to talk about? Going on holiday soon. That's pretty cool. Well, in June. I booked that. So one of the coolest things about moving to Europe was getting to travel Europe. So Kelly and I have finally booked that. We initially booked, didn't book, but we were looking at an itinerary similar to Paris, Berlin, Venice, Rome, Athens, Madrid, and then that was pretty much it. Heading back to London. which would be the destination I'm leaving from. So that was kind of the itinerary. Really big trip. It was looking to be spanned across like 2 weeks or so. Ended up deciding I think we're going to cancel out Berlin because it does look awesome, but it doesn't look like it's quite something more for me. I'm not too into the whole history, anything really. I do like architecture, yeah, but we get a lot of really cool architecture here in England, and even in like even in like Madrid, you know, there's a lot of really cool architecture. So I think I'm going to get my fill of good pictures, but I decided to cancel out, as well as Paris. So apparently I can do that in a day trip, so we'll fit Paris in somewhere else. And then we're just going to go to this smaller island, actually, off the coast of the Sahara, which is still technically in Spain, apparently. And it's more like a resort. Like, it's just going to be the coolest thing. Because Kelly and I didn't get to go on a honeymoon, actually, fun fact, when we got married, because she was immigrating up from the States to become a Canadian. And so while you're doing that, you're not allowed to leave the country, in case you didn't know that. So we didn't get to do anything. So there isn't really anywhere in Canada that I wanted to go. So finally getting to do all this stuff and do some traveling and see the different parts of the world that are so different for this weird Canadian kid that's never really left Canada, it's just a really cool experience for me. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I've probably bored you enough with this video, so just a quick update on my life, what I've been doing. Some of you guys have been asking. If you do want to see anything in particular, including like that Skinny to Muscular series, if you want to see that continued, like I said, see me play any games otherwise, or if you want to see me post like PK commentaries on my peer, like the good old days, by all means, yeah, go ahead and leave a comment. I would really appreciate a like rating on this video if you do want to see me getting more active on this channel. And aside from that, dudes, I will thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.